am a bit grumpy today because things are just not going my way. So I'm gonna show you. Keep the blues away. I am making a corner to corner using a cool graph that I found on the internet. When you see I'm marking the dots on the rows that I've done, working up like this. And yeah, we're gonna see how big we can make this, or how big it's going to be. I'm doing a chain 2 and a 2 half double crochet for each block, so it's like a mini corner to corner. So hopefully it won't turn out too outrageously big, because this is just a blanket fitted. 6, 7. I just have a bunch of white rows to go, so this is going to be a bit of a slog getting started. I know it's early in the morning, but you know, if you need somebody to whip along with, then by all means, go right ahead and whip along. Let me get that, see, and then you just flip it over like that, slip stitch into your next chain 2 space, do your chain 2, so you have a space to put the block on the next row. I like doing these. And like I said, I'm a bit grumpy today on account of was expecting to be able to send a bunch of boggy blankets with my aunt. She was going to drive to Delaware to visit her grandbaby, and then she'd be able to bring a box of stuff. Cat, get off. Go. Shoo. Cat's trying to help me with the computer. I know, baby. And she just told me today that she had changed her mind and she found a cheap flight there and back, and they'll only allow her a carry-on because it's a super cheap flight, and it means she won't have to drive from Arkansas to Delaware, and she'll get to spend 2 extra days with her grandbaby. So like, I can't be mad, but I want to. But it's okay, because if I can't get the blankets to Boggy, because I really cannot afford shipping, like I'm broke. I'm, you know how it goes. And I don't know that I can sweet talk my husband as the sole earner of this household to give me a bunch of money to send blankets to Delaware or Florida. So I'm still going to make the blankets. I have several Boggy blankets planned, and I'm just going to keep making them. And if something works out and I can get them to Boggy without having to pay for a bunch of shipping, then I will do that. And if not, I will take them to my local children's hospital, because they have hi Dreeny, how are you? Sandrine, right? It's so good to see you. Cat, no. I am working on, well, if the cat would move out the way. Come here, baby. Can I get you? There we go. I am, you say hi. This is Mercury. That's a baby doll I rescued from the Goodwill the other day. I am starting this corner to corner graph gan, and this is as far as I've gotten. Sorry, it looks a bit wonky. because I literally just started it. I was just explaining to the void that I am a bit grumpy today because I thought my aunt was going to drive to Delaware so I could send a bunch of blankets with her in the car, you know, and she decided to get a cheap flight to Delaware so she can spend more family and not have to drive. Good morning, Mama. How are you? And the cheap flight will only allow to carry on. She's not going to be able to take any blankets or any of, I had some, I was going to send Juan some Happy Mail. It just, anyway, it's not going to work out. But, so I'm a bit sad about that because I was excited about sending Juan a bunch of blankets and, my aunt possibly getting to be able to meet him and all that stuff. And it's not going to work out. So I'm starting on this project because it makes me happy today, and I will, well, thank you, Lucas. I don't know that I have you, if I'm subscribed to you, so please, let me see, I don't know, here, I'm gonna go look it up on this computer right now, hold on, and you can look at my beautiful, Ron Swanson Parks and Rec mug. I'm going to go look up your channel right now to make sure that I am subscribed to you because, that's what you got to do. So anyway, like I said, I am crocheting to keep the sads away because I'm disappointed I won't be able to send a bunch of blankets to Juan, but I still have local groups. I have a local children's hospital that takes need blankets for kids, and I will send it there. Because it's like 30 minutes away from me. I can get someone to drive me. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Mama. Oh, I appreciate that. Be sure to, yes, and Mama, please drop me links. Anybody that you see in the chat, you drop yours. Lucas Crochet and Friends. And Friends. But yeah, because I've been wanting to get started on this project for a while. But I was like, no, I got to get the boggy first. Boggy blankets. Yep. Okay. All right. And subscribed. I got you. But I recently went to my local Big Lots and I found all the colors that I need for Boggy Blanket, Jack and Sally. I mean, do you see those gorgeous colors? And they were $2 a piece at the Big Lots. And even the employee didn't know that they were there. There you go. Yes, please, comma. So, I don't usually like Karen Simply Soft, but if you know me, I've been on a quest for yellow because you can't find yellow anywhere. Like, I mean, I only shop, like, thrift stores, flea markets, and nobody's getting rid of their really pretty bright yellow yarn. They use it. Most of the yarn that I come across, they're really cool vintage, neutral tones. And even when I do my, the taking apart sweaters, reclaiming yarn from sweaters, there's not a lot of sweaters with bright yellow yarn because that's not really popular. Yes, Catch Jeannie. I love watching y'all's lives. In fact, Mama, do you know who all, if anybody, is going on today? I know it's early in the morning. I didn't see anybody on, so I figured that I could pop on and get some motivation to finish, to talk and to not be grumpy. So, if anybody's coming on real quick, just let me know, and because I like to watch, I like to get on other people's lives too, but they're on, so I gotta make it happen. Um, although most decent people, yes. Yeah, I've only had the 1 cup of coffee yet, but I like got hyper fixated on doing this because I didn't want to think about, being sad. So like I'm not even stopping to eat or drink while. Yeah, I have to eat something with the coffee, otherwise it turns my stomach. Um, I just have to constantly have something on my tummy too, otherwise it complains. I'm so glad you asked, Mama, because I am working with this yarn that I reclaimed from a sweater that I found. Yep, dried, that's good. Yep, I do a blueberry bagel, a plain blueberry bagel in the morning for breakfast. I love it. I got started on that at the preschool. But yeah, this is yarn that I reclaimed sweaters. So it's like factory, you know, not plot yarn. And it is very soft. You can see it's kind of fluffy. It's got a bit of a halo. It is 100% acrylic. And in the sweater, it was 3 strands. And so I have doubled it up to make it kind of like a 4-weight, like a nice fluffy 4-weight, because I also have some of, like some of this actual yarn. But yeah, I have a lot of this beautiful, beautiful reclaimed yarn. If you see that bright pink right here, the gorgeousness. And yeah, I do as well. But here's the thing. My hand has been hurting from crocheting too fast with this nice plied yarn. So like it be non-plied is slowing me down and is kind of giving my fingers a rest. Plus, I use, when I have the non-plied yarn, it's a nice blunt tipped, smooth shaft like a blade. Yes, that's what I've heard about the Stenleys, is that they're gorgeous, but they're not plied. Kind of like those hobby cakes, the cotton cakes that you get. That's all the different strands of cotton together. If I got applying yarn and run it onto a bobbin, I would love to do that. But like just not plied, it makes the fluffy, most amazing texture ever. So like it's worth it. It just like fluffs it out, because like this doesn't look like very rich, yarn. Yeah, spinning machine. That's what those things are expensive. And especially if you get one that has a very large bobbin. Yes, I am working a corner right now. Here, let me show you, Mama, because I had to stop to subscribe, Let me show you just exactly. See, I got Lucas. And let's go click this down. This is what I am working on. And you see I've marked off the rows that I am skipping because there's a lot of extra white space on this graph. And I'd rather do a border in a different color. And then I have started marking my rows. But as you can see, I've got quite a few rows of white before I even get to black. So it's, it's a bit of a slog. And, like I said, trying not to be, to have the sads, because it's all good, Yeah, I absolutely understand that, Mama. For some reason, my brain, being the weird way that it is, absolutely loves them. I used to be, well, I was initially like a cross stitcher. And so graphs are kind of like my bread and butter. I can read a graph much better than I can read a pattern for anything. Like the written patterns, I don't know. It's an ADHD thing, I think. It's just like all the words just kind of like, like you try and skip through it um, with speed reading, and then you end up missing very vital information on the pattern. Written patterns give me a headache. My brain just ups and quits on written. It was kind of funny. Everybody's different. And yeah, I like the tutorials on YouTube because, people are like this and they're saying, okay, now you yarn over, pull up a loop, and I can see it, and I can see what they're doing, and I can see how they're holding their yarn, and just visually it makes it work. It does. Also, I like turning this around like this because you don't get any trolls in here. There's nobody commenting about my appearance or any. You can't see it. Mwahahaha. So take that, trolls. And yep. This is my prized possession right here. This is my hero, made in Germany, size H, which I found at my local thrift store for $1. And these things, the made in Germany ones, because they're even more rare than the Hero USA ones. I mean, I've seen a similar size to this someone was trying to sell for like $80. I don't know what they actually sell for, but like these are very rare because they continued, and they're very good hooks. I mean, you can see that this is old. It's got some wear marks on it. Like this was a well-loved, gorgeous, sturdy crook. I absolutely loves this for doing slow projects like this, because if you're doing fast projects, you need that big fat ergonomic handle. And but for this is perfect. There we go. It'll be more exciting when I get to the, well, the exciting parts, but yeah, anyway. But it's good to see you. Yes. Yes. I mean, I learned on the boys, that my grandmother gave me. I love them. Because it's got a lot of those newer hooks, they have the really long shaft, which work with. Like, I do that for like really speed crocheting. Yes. Yep. Yep. And then you got people with strong opinions about boy versus baits, because some people like the rounded and some people like the really sharp throat. And it just depends on what works for you. I think the only time that Susan Bates is a really bad option is for the tiny steel crochet hooks and you're working with cotton thread, because sometimes those sharp throats can like cut the thread in half. But other than that, I mean, there's, but I mean, it's with any kind of hook. Like this one works so well with this non-plied yarn because it's not too sharp and it doesn't poke through the, try and split the fibers. But if you have something with a really sharp, pointy, point like those, there's some ergonomic plastic crochet hooks that I like to use, and they're very pointy, and it's great for working on yarn that has been plied, but it is not so good for working with this because it keeps splitting it. But yeah, I am obsessed with these heroes now. And, I wish I could get them all. Well, I didn't yarn over. Silly me. Okay, here we go. But yeah, I was very fortunate to find this for a whole $1 because, otherwise this would never happen. I can't afford to spend $30, $40, $50 on one crochet hook. So the fact that I lucked upon this, I feel, was very fortuitous, because it's my favorite size of a crochet hook anyway, an H. And it's made in Germany, and my grandmother who taught me, my Oma, who taught me to crochet, she was from Germany. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so now I'm going to go over here. I think the last one that I marked off was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8 and 9. So we're going to do that. Nope, not that. There we go. Nope, come on. Oh, I guess you need to select mark. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I don't have to worry about that row in the middle there because, you know, we already know. You got it. So I got to do 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, and on 19, I'll finally have 1. So that means that I can just sort of go for it, which worked out really well because this is very wonderful and mindless and fluffy. I really wanted to do a corner to corner again because I saw one yarn addict making a corner to corner out of one of his Bernat blanket Ogos that he got at Big Lots. And it was a really pretty variegated. He was just doing big, chunky corner to corners, fat hooks, you know, like it was just gorgeous. I was like, man, I want to do that again, but also, you know, make it a little bit more difficult because I have to. Yes, yes. Isn't that amazing? And he was talking about how he has too many whips going on, but then he's like, well, and you know, as you can see here, I am also starting another whip because I want to, you know, like, I love it. I love a C to C because so I got started doing corner to corner when I was making rugs out of fabric yarn. You know, like you cut like a 1-inch strip of fabric, you know, to make those Amish knot rugs. But I used like a size P hook. I can't remember what millimeter that is. Big hook. And I did corner to corner with all of these fabric strips from, you know, like this solid color, all these old sheets that I had. And I made a couple of rugs with like color work, you know. I made my son a little Thomas Train rug because I had, you know, the colors that I needed in fabric. And I just did exactly the same as I do here. And it worked even better than with yarn because you have the short strips of fabric. So you can literally, you know, you don't even have to tie off yarn because you only use as much yarn as you need. And then, you know, it's very easy to color control. You don't have to have a whole bunch of bobbins going. You know, one of these days I'm going to get back into that because it was gorgeous. And I got through a whole bunch of the old sheets that I had been given and made some really pretty stuff. But then it was hurting my hands too much from all the fabric cutting. So I stopped for a while, you know, and then moved on to something else. And that's what I do. I just keep moving around doing what makes me happy, or you know, what uses up the stuff that I have in my face, because of course I am a hoarder and I have collected quite a bit of things. So yeah. I got a tiny centro from Heidi Crochet Sunflowers, Heidi D. And I have been turning out those tiny hats. Let me tell you, I'm so excited that I will be able to send whole bags of tiny hats to you because, um, you know, the babies need them. It's cold in the NICU, and you can't hardly find hats that are tiny, tiny. Uh-oh. Oh, no, man. That is just wrong and very rude of them to lose this screw for you. I hope you find it because I am in love with my little baby Centro. And I'm also in love with the fact that it loves the baby yarn, like the baby weight. It's not like any of the 4-weight yarns that I've tried on it, even the thins. Does not like them at all. But it absolutely loves all the baby yarn that I was trying to use up. And it's even better. And also, it even loved doing 2 strands of crochet thread. Oh. You got one of those little magnets, that you use to pick up pins from sewing. But of course, I should talk. I've lost a needle, a sewing needle somewhere on my lazy boy chair, and I have not found it yet. So one of these days it's gonna come out the other end of the catcher. It's gonna poke me in the butt, and I'm gonna be, yeah. I mean, I don't have one of those either. I want one of those because, you just sort of wave it around. Well, next time somebody comes over to your house, you make them look for it. You can bribe them yarn or something. I do it. You're not that far away from me, right? You're in Mississippi, Arkansas, Mississippi. Not too bad of a trek. Says the girl who has a severe driving phobia and gets panic attacks if she gets on the freeway. Yep. But hey, if I was traveling by myself, I think honestly the anxiety would be less because most of my anxiety comes from, the people that are with me and not wanting to get them hurt if I have an accident. So like I would be less stressed out in the car by myself because it's just me and I can focus on making sure that I'm safe and not have to think about anybody else. Anxiety is a crazy, crazy thing. But yeah. I just love how smooth this acrylic is. Anytime any sweaters like this come in at my local bargain bin place, I grab them. They're like some sort of Amazon warehouse off-brand. Like they don't even have brand names on the clothes most of the time. There's just a size label and then a fiber content label. And they make these junk sort of ugly looking sweaters, like just very simple, chunky sweaters. And, whatever's left on dollar day, I grab because it's $1 for, like giant cakes of beautiful, soft acrylic yarn. And I mean, you can't beat that because you can't even get that at the Dollar Tree no more. Can't even get that at most flea markets anymore. I cleaned out the Salvation Army when they had a bunch of yarn for like a good deal, like a bunch of partial skein or, 50 cents each and whatnot. Oh yeah. That's what I do. And if I can get my button gear and actually get motivated, I'm going to be doing a whole series on the yarn because like you see, I have this one in progress right now. This beautiful light blue. It's very thin. It's only like, come on. Can you see it? Yeah, it's like, it's very thin. It's only like 2 strands. And it is a polyester. Good morning, Carrie. How are you? And there's the last panel. That was a that I need to unwind and put onto here. Carrie, I am working on I'm starting a corner to corner blanket because it's making me happy. And I just found out this morning. Yes. Yes. Well, see, see, Mama, you are a genius. That's the corner to corner that I'm working on. And I have just that much started. Yes. Actually, speaking of, Ron Swanson's going to help me get through all of this. Hi, who knows? How are you? It's very good to see you. Do you crochet or do anything with the fibers? Because yes, Mama, I was planning to so you are known. Hi, Miguel. It's very nice to see you. You know, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Carrie, you can drop your links. Well, I'm assuming that you already are subscribed to Mama and Carrie since they know you so well. But yeah, I'm making a corner to corner, and yes, Mama, I'm planning to go through my beautiful thin strands of yarn and make some custom colors, blends. And I'm definitely going to need to send some. Yep, Carrie. Everybody else who's lurking, grab Carrie and smash the like button. You can subscribe to me too if you want to, but I mean, you know, Carrie and Mama, that's where it's at. Yes, it's very nice to meet you. I'm just, you know, crocheting here by myself. My son's at school, my husband's at work. I cannot currently hold down a job at the moment because of health issues, chronic fatigue and whatnot. So this is what I'm doing every day. Oh, that's awesome. I have been crocheting for probably about 20 plus years. And you know, with breaks in between to do other things like you know, cross stitch and whatnot. But yes, Mama and Carrie and everybody, you gotta I'm gonna do a live. Yes, who knows. And I'm planning to do a live at some point because I was inspired by Heidi's scrap cake live, because apparently Juan was doing something like that on one of his lives, which I think is super cool. And I'm going to a lot of these beautiful colors of yarn that I have renamed, and I'm going to spin them up together or just wind them up together in different colorways and try and make some beautiful colors that nobody else has. And I am, if I can scrounge up the money, I'm going to try and send a few cakes to Shell for monetization party whenever she reaches 500. And speaking of which, if you could drop Shell's channel, that would be awesome, because everybody needs to go and subscribe to the Shell. Literally why I'm doing all of this is to promote my friend. I mean, yes, me too, because, you know, I'm vain and I want people to subscribe to me, but like I'm here to watch Michelle. She's awesome. And Mama and Carrie and all of the cool people that you know, in real life we would be super good friends. Yes, right there. Because she is getting close to that 500 subscribers, and she needs help with her watch hours. She's a playlist called Watch Hours that, you know, you can set up and leave. Or I mean, but you probably have to Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Carrie. I want to see that. I love the doilies. I got some vintage crochet patterns for those lacy you know, like the 80s um collars that you could make for your cool dresses with the shoulder pads. Um and I have a couple of vintage patterns for some doilies. Yes, get my but yeah, Shell is going to be having some amazing giveaways for her monetization party. Everybody needs to subscribe to her, to Mama, because they're very good friends. Mama is the awesome. And I know Heidi is, yes, that is also a good one. Get to Shannon. All right, everybody. Thank you, Miguel. I appreciate it. I just, you know, I want everybody to discover all the cool that I have been able to discover. And yes, JB Amber, she is the amazing. She is a mom of uh, quite a few kids, like 7 maybe. She's homeschooling, she's running a business, she's doing all of the things, and just, you know, super cool while she's doing it. Definitely pick up Amber. I'm trying to think. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Ooh, check out, I don't have to shout this out because I think he's really cool. Another one, male crow. Oh, 3 kids. Okay. Um, yeah, yeah, I agree. I I come from a family of 11 kids, so I just, you know, somebody who I was watching said they had 7 kids, and I is maybe it's Heidi. I got them mixed up. Oh yes, definitely get Shannon. Okay, now Shannon, art junkie, she does crochet, she does uh like you know, paper art with the like card making and the junk journal type things. I can't remember what that's called, but she and her story is really amazing. Like yeah, journals, greeting cards, there you go, all of that, all of the things. And she does it to help with her to help regain her fine motor skill after she had like a stroke or something, where she was in a coma for quite a while. She used to work at her local children's home there in Canada. And so now obviously she can't work, but now yeah, she had a very severe brain injury. I mean, she was in a coma for weeks. They weren't sure that she was going to even wake up, be able to talk or move or whatever. And now she's, I mean, she's running a channel. I mean, and the crochet is just, any art is such great therapy because it works the right side and the left side of your brain. It helps to calm, to focus you. She's doing that, and she is making blankets for her local children's hospital because that's what they really need, blankets for not like baby blankets, but like from like 3 years old and up. You know, those babies need blankets. And um and seeing her do that inspired me to look up my local children's hospital because my son was there for several months when he was born, and see what kind of things they were looking for, because you know, every children's hospital is different depending on who they have donating stuff. And you know, like it's just, it's super cool. So like I would definitely encourage anybody in here, like you can't, if you can't afford to, like I can, like I can't, to send a huge box of blankets, you know, halfway across the country. um you know, check locally. Find out what is needed for handmade items. Yes, go mama. Yes, please hit the thumb and subscribe. And thank you for dropping all those links. You have a great morning. I love you. I'll be sure to catch you live. But yeah, I mean, just go to local children's hospital or local outreach center and see what they actually need. And what I have is universally what people need anywhere is hats and like adult, older kid, teenage hats. Because, you know, baby hats you can get plenty of. Those are kind of easy, you know, like there's always lots of everybody's, you know, gets the babies, but you forget about the teenagers. They need hats too, and blankets for the teenagers, the older kids, the toddlers. It's not just about the babies. And in the NICU of a children's hospital, it's not just about the babies, it's about the babies, the tiny babies. Like my son, he was so tiny. He was 3 pounds, 13 ounces, and his head, any of those baby hats would just completely drown him. Like he would just completely disappear. It would cover his whole face. And, you know, so my friend started making tiny hats, and she made a bunch. And then she sent them, you know, like every time that she would visit the NICU, she could walk down the aisles of the pods and see all of these little babies wearing these beautiful hats. It brightened up everything. And, you know, and I know, like, for me, oh, sorry, I forgot to. I wasn't sure if, well, yeah, I forgot to, and then I got on the live, and it's on my phone, and I was afraid to turn the phone off, okay? Like, you know, I wasn't sure if it was gonna, but anyway, this wasn't a scheduled thing. I just was, there was nobody up yet, and I needed someone to, you know, even if it's just myself. But at least this way it looks like I'm not completely crazy. You know, but shush, don't tell anybody. I'm starting yet another whip, Heidi, because I am sad. My aunt decided to take a plane, like an economy flight to Delaware, instead of driving, and they're only going to allow her a carry-on. She's not going to be able to bring anything with her, for one. So, I am making a corner to corner. It's just on the white right now, but this is what it's going to be. Because, my best friend's grandbaby loves Nightmare Before Christmas, and she's going to have a birthday in December. And so they're going to do a Nightmare Before Christmas party. And I was like holding off on this because I was like, nope, I got to get the boggy blankets done. Got to get them done before Marnie leaves. But now I don't have to get them done because she can't take them with her anyway. And so I said, you know, I'm going to work on what I want to today because I am disappointed that I cannot send all those blankets there. And I really don't think that I'm going to be able to sweet husband into paying for shipping. Because that would be the only way that I could do it. Honestly, waiting, Heidi, for your, I have not ever used an app. I know that Stitch Fiddle will, you know, like you can put a picture in. It's just a web called Stitch Fiddle, and it will make graphs for you, and you can choose, like, you know, I mean, but honestly, you know, the simpler the better. And when you're making it yourself from a picture, there's going to be a lot of different colors in it. that you really don't need, I just search Google. I just do pixel art graph, you know, because you want to have the little black lines on there so you can see different pixels, and then search for the image that you're looking for, like pixel art graph sunflower. Which here, I can show you. Let me turn this to the screen because I found this one. I just went on ye old Google Joogle, well, yeah, from Safari, and searched, not on YouTube, just search pixel art graph sunflower and enter, and then look at that. Boom. Sorry, my phone stand decided to quit on me all of a sudden. There we go. All right, so you see that? And then you can even click on images so that you can get even more options. But look at these. Like, these are super simple. That would make a really cute blanket because it's not too detailed. Look at that with the half. Like, any of these would be super easy to do, and there's only a couple of colors. I really like this half sunflower. You know, and then you just work it from the corner all the way back up. I mean, just like, that's so pretty. Yeah. Well, but see, that's why I do it on the computer, because you can see it. You know. Okay, this is cute. I love that. I like this with the 3 colors together. It's got 2 different yellows, 2 different greens, and 2 different browns, and then you do the background whatever you want. See, nice and simple. You don't want anything too complicated like this one. You have to buy too. You know, because like it is really going to be a headache. But yeah, you just also cross stitch patterns. It was here. I'll text it in the chat. Cancel, not that one. Come on. Can I not text in my own chat? Well, okay. I guess I'm going to go on to his pixel art graph. There we go. And that one added cute to the front of it. Pixel art graph sun, and it's not an app, it's a website. It's called Stitch Fiddle. You know, stitch like a crochet stitch, and fiddle like a like the fiddle. Let me see, back. Stitch Fiddle.com. And you can select here, you see, you can select what type of you're going to do, like crochet, you know, cross stitch, diamond painting, fuse beads, you know. So like if you want to do a cross favorite Disney picture, because Disney doesn't do cross stitch patterns anymore, but we would want to do crochet. And you can select corner to corner, or color work, or fillet, freeform, Tunisian with return pass, or other. So, like, you know, you can make it as complicated as you want to. Let's just do C to C. And yarn, look at, you can select your yarn preference. Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn. Like, they've got all kinds of colors loaded up into this. It's kind of cool. No preference. From a picture. Let's see if I can find a picture on my I don't know that I have any. Anyway, but like you upload your picture and it will come up with a grid, and you can adjust the grid to be super complicated, you know, and it'll give you a warning, and it'll say this project is going to be massive. Are you sure you want to do this? You know? And so you can, you know, sort of tune it up or down depending on what you are, you know, wanting to do. But yeah, that one is good if you have a specific picture, like if you want to do a you know, a tapestry of oh, what am I gonna, you know, like a picture, like a family picture. That one's really good for that. You know, you're gonna have to bind, but like you know, a lot of weird colors, but that's the great thing, is that it shows you the colors that you need. Look at that beautiful bright pink. Okay, so Heidi, Mama Winch was on earlier, and she was saying that I needed to apply together some of the, you know, like the thin threads, you know, yarn from the upcycled sweaters, and I could make my own custom blends of color. So that may end up being what I do for you and Shell. So do you have a particular color preference? Like, do you like, you have a particular favorite color? Do you like the bright colors, more muted? You know, like, because I'll bet I could come up with a custom colorway. Sorry. Allergies, man. Let me tell you, is bad. But yeah, you know, because I have so many different colors, and they're all in these like thin, you know, strands. You prefer muted? Well, that's good, because that's what a lot of muted, soft colors. So I can make you some sort of gorgeous custom blend. Because see this, let me show you. This is one that I'm working on right now, and it is like, it's literally 2 strands, 2 threads, and that's the thickness of it. But it was super soft. Like, the actual sweater was ugly as all get out, but it was super soft. I need that. And I could double, triple this up on itself, or I could run this with something else, you know, another color, or like a brown or white, you know, a cream color, or, you know, pinks, whatever. I have a gray. You remember you had that scrap cake that you made with the blue and the gray? That was super cool. You know, I could do that. And I know Shell likes her variegated, so I have some green. It's a very dark green. And I bet I could variegate it with some other colors, you know, and make it a, like a custom colorway, you know. Nobody else has this or this colorway in the world. And I think that's pretty cool. Do you prefer cotton or acrylic? Yes, the blue with white. I can do that. I can absolutely do that. Because I have some like sort of soft whites. This one is like a really bright, screaming white. And I went too far. But I have, yes, and I have a lot of pretty blues in cotton, with pretty muted colors. Because that's a great thing about cotton sweaters, is that they're all these beautiful muted colors. I will show you the cotton cakes at the next time we're on Messenger together. And then you can pick a couple to spin up together. You know. And honestly, Rob might like some of the cotton, because it's nice and sturdy, although he will have to deal with the yarn splitting because it's not together, and I do not have a spinning machine, and I do not have the time to drop spindle all of these fibers together, because that's just obsessive, man. Obsessive, what are you talking about? But yeah, I can do that, absolutely. And that way I can be working on the stuff while I am working on a way to send it to y'all, because I'm gonna make this happen. And hopefully my aunt will be able to. Yes, well, see, I got a drop spindle from my mother-in-law, and I mean, it takes forever to spin it. Yeah, I can show you how to make a magic circle, absolutely. Very, very nice to meet you, Charlotte. Don't forget to like and subscribe. More content. And Heidi, you want to drop your link and shells? And mine, yeah, here, let me show you. Let me get a different yarn, because, you know, this one is going to be hard to see. All right, gotta get your yarn and your hook. Okay, here we go. All right, now, very simple magic circle. Put the yarn right here in front of your 2 fingers. Hold it with your thumb. Yes, there you go. Get Rob. That's Heidi's husband. He's learning how to crochet too. And yes, get all of those links. Okay, so you move it a little further up because you need space to work. So hold it so it doesn't move. Wrap it around once and cross it over. Okay, so you see you have a little X. You've got your tail here, your working yarn here. This is your working yarn. This is the loop from your tail. Okay, insert your hook. I do it in between my 2 fingers because I hold this nice and tight. So insert your hook through the first loop, hook onto the second loop, which is your working yarn. And okay, see you later. Call when you're done. So I can show you yarns. So yeah, so you have your loop pulled up from your working yarn, and then you grab another loop and you're basically making a chain on your loop. You see that? And then you can tighten up that chain. It's going to be super loose and fiddly with the one with only 1 strand. I like to do 2 rings on the magic loop. Okay, but yeah, cause see, it's already starting to fall apart. But then, you know, you can chain up another one to make it extra, and then, you know, you hold the loop open and hold the tail so it doesn't come apart with your fingers. You see, like that, and then go through and you're very tight. Yeah, once you get the first couple stitches on there, it will be much more secure, and then you just keep working around and pull that closed. But like I said, I want to show you how to do with 2 strands, because it's more secure, and it's just a little bit trickier when you do, you know, it's just a little slightly different method closing up your ring. So you start again the same, tail here. Yep. And there are tutorials on YouTube. Check out, just search on your YouTube bar, magic ring, and they'll or how to make a ball. because it has to do with increase and decreases in order to get that curved shape, or you could make a flat circle. Hey, I got you, girl. But yeah, I will show you the double-stranded magic loop and then explain some of the basics for a, you know, for a circle, for an amigurumi. But there are a ton of good tutorials on how to make different patterns. Not all of them are, take the time to show you how to do a magic ring, because they're usually just like, do a magic ring. They're like, boom, boom, done. Or chain 4 and attach it. But like, so the double loop magic ring, start the same, grab it here, wrap it around once, don't cross it over, wrap it around twice, cross over both. You can sort of inch those together so it's easier. So you see you crossed over both, and there's your tail. Your working yarn has been crossed over your 2 loops of your tail. Go under the 2 loops, snag that, pull it through, and pull it through. And then you see you have a really nice, secure, but yeah. Hey, no, you're good. Go get karate. Yeah. Go check out. I don't have a lot of tutorials on mine yet, but Passionate Kelsey has a bunch of good tutorials. And be sure to stop back the next live that I have, and I will for sure show you what you want to know. Have fun with karate class. It was very nice to meet you, and I hope to see you again soon. But yeah, is there anybody else who needs to see the magic circle? And I do not do chain 2s at the beginning of my rounds. I do the stacked single crochet. And Rob, if you're watching this, you go up, you make a single crochet nice and loose, like loose, like, it's a single crochet, but it's loose. Pull through, and then you grab this, you go through, instead of going through down here, you go through right here on the side of your single crochet, and it looks like a double crochet, except it just has this extra chain looking thing on the, see, there's the top of your double crochet, and there you have it. You've made a standing stacked, or a stacked single crochet, which counts as a double crochet. So yeah, there's that. Okay, is done with. I love that bright yellow. I do. I really do. Where is my project? There we go. Yep. There we go. Right here. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for the thummies. Be sure the like and subscribes. There's been quite a few links dropped in the chat already, so if they should still be up there, because this is not exactly a super poppin' active. Hi Lou, how are you? Wait, I think your name is Cindy, right, with an S? I'm trying to remember everybody's name so I don't just call you by your channel name like a fool. Yes, we've had quite a few people in here this morning. Awesome, Cindy. Very cool. I am making a corner to corner, and I'm starting on the boring part, all the white spaces, but it is going to be that, and it's going to be awesome. And the yarn that I'm working with is exclusive yarn that you cannot find anywhere, because it is yarn that I reclaimed from sweaters that I found at my local Amazon return bargain bin place. And they get all these cool Amazon return, like off-brand clothes that nobody wanted. And there's just a lot of yarn in them. Like, you know, you pay $1 for, you know, I mean, like these 3 cakes of yarn were all from one sweater, I'm pretty sure, you know. And if you're interested, let me know. Leave a comment, and what, you know, if you want to see the process of reclaiming yarn, because I keep planning to do it and then I you know, lose my motivation. So having people saying that they need it, you know, is a good motivator, you know. And I did on one of my lives with Heidi on my channel. It's called The Introduction to Reclaiming Yarn. It's only like a 30-minute live because I wanted it to be, you know, watchable-ish. But it goes over what to look for when you're thrifting sweaters or looking at a sweater to see, you know, if you have something at the house. Yeah, check out the video. Check out my live. It's called Introduction to Reclaiming Yarn, and I go over what to look for, you know, what to avoid, you know, so that you don't end up a bunch of sweaters that you cannot easily reclaim, or that is not worth it, you know, because you have to. Anyway, there's quite a bit that goes into it, you know, especially if you're not just working with wool, which I have not even taken apart wool yet. I have a few wool sweaters on the queue, but I was more doing it for the acrylic and the cotton, because those yarns are expensive too. And if you can get 3 giant cakes of yarn for $1, you know, like, I mean, you know, you're gonna do it. You can't even get the prices at your local thrift store sometimes. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I've been kind of waiting to see if Heidi and Shell are going to get some sweaters, you know, so that I can kind of go over it with them. You know, we can kind of take apart the sweaters together. But if you find some, maybe we could pop on a live together, and I can show you all of the. Hi, how are you? Yarning for a Smile. I do not know your name. I'm sorry. I don't know if you put that around, but it's very, very nice to see you. Oh, there, Kim. Thank you. Hi, Kim. How are you? It's very, very nice to see you this morning. I'm trying to motivate myself to work on videos for how to reclaim yarn from sweaters, you know. So collect your sweaters. I guess that's what I'm saying on this. Everyone collect your sweaters, leave some comments on this video, and, you know, and then schedule a live so that everybody can join, and then we can, you know, kind of work on it together, and you can, you know, chat and ask questions, because, you know, every sweater is different, and you're going to come up with weird things and obstacles. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad. You need to send me some pictures, because I am obsessed with yes, exactly. It is all about the seaming, and I go through that in great detail on a little live that I did with Heidi to you know, explain what to look for when sweaters to reclaim, because I have fallen into the pitfall of getting serged garments several times, because I just was not looking very carefully, and I just sort of, you know, put it in the. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the texture of the corner to corner. And this yarn, which, like I said, is from a sweater that I reclaimed, and I've doubled it up, because in the sweater it was like 3 strands, and so I've doubled it up, and it's kind of similar to a 4-weight, all fluffed up, you know, because it's an floofy. So, yeah, I can enjoy that. Yes. All about the seams. We want to see chain stitches and no serging because are a pain and just so messy. But yes, kind of what I have getting up here. I want to do some videos plying, not really plying, but rather some of the colors from the sweaters to make some like custom colorways, and possibly send some. I know. I have cashmere wool sweaters that I'm planning to take apart and send to Heidi and Shell so they can try, you know, like bleaching it and re-dyeing it because they had on them, and so they were, you know. But like my favorite fiber to get from sweaters is cotton, because cotton is expensive and finding soft cotton is very difficult, you know, because like the peaches and concrete softens up after you wash it. They just don't process it as much as some of the other cottons, which is why it's stiff when you're working on it. But it sort of stretches and smooths out. But like cotton yarn from a sweater is, especially an old sweater, has already been washed and washed and washed, and it is just the softest thing ever. I made a giant wash blanket in 100% cotton, mostly out of reclaimed yarn, and that thing is so soft. And because it's a waffle stitch and it's cotton, but it's like a weighted blanket, but also kind of cooling. Like it's not as hot as wool or acrylic. So it's like, it's got a good balance to it. And of course, gourd colors, because, you know, cotton sweaters usually have some really beautiful muted colorways. But yeah, I have found, I think one of the ones I have is like a cashmere silk blend, which, you know, I think is pretty cool. I mean, I even love just the regular acrylic yarn because even that's getting expensive. Although I did some yarn at my local Big Lots, y'all. They had bright colors and they were $2 a piece. So I swiped as many as I could afford because, you know, they were bright and it's hard to find bright colors. And for making kids blankets or kids items, you need bright colors. And all the yarn that I get from sweaters is all these gorgeous muted colors. So, yeah. That is, and I got the yarn caught in the zipper of my little working here. I love these little stadium bags, these little stadium backpacks that are completely clear. You know, for security reasons, because they make great project bags. And then I can see what's in there, and my, you know, ADHD, item blindness, or whatever it's called. You know, if I put it in a canvas bag, I'm just going to forget that it's there. I like Juan's idea of putting it to all of these little, you know, baskets that he gets from Dollar Tree, but I have a 6-year-old and a cat who would love to get into all of the baskets, so I have to do zippered clear bags for everything. So that's kind of my obsession right now. You know, the ones that your sheet sets come in, or yours, any of those. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. But yeah, I absolutely love how this yarn looks. Absolutely love it. But yeah, it's been over an hour. This has been awesome. You guys have been great. Thank you for coming in. I'm probably going to hop off soon because I need to eat and I keep working. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. I have a bit of the sads today too, but for different reasons. And not anything as terrible as that. But that's why I'm crocheting. So I'm really sorry you had to go through that. That's rough. I have one cat, and it is it's been a learning experience for me, sort of, you know, taking care of an animal and, you know. Nice. Okay, yes, that's the best therapy. Find something cool and project, something that makes you happy. That's why I'm doing this, because I'm wanting to make this birthday gift for my friend's kid for a while, and look at that awesome pixel art. It's gonna be amazing. She's gonna love it, and I've been dying to get started on this. And so today I have allowed myself to get started on it. Isn't that great? And it's already lifting my mood. And also talking to my friends on here has really lifted my mood too. So, I mean, literally why my channel is called Yarn Therapy with Ruth, because I am not a therapist, but this is literally my therapy. Ugh. I mean, it's soft and it's squishy, and like, I saved this yarn. I don't think anybody would have bought the sweater. A lot of times the clothes that are left on Dollar Day at the bargain, even though they're technically brand new, um, probably a new return, they usually have some stains on them or some threads pulled out. Oh, good. I appreciate you, Kim. I've seen it. There's been a lot of thumbs. Like, I got 11 thumbs and 5 people in here right now. So I know that a lot of my buddies have popped in and left their thumbie. And I do that I do that every time I see a friend going on live. Because sometimes there's multiple ones on lives, and I'll just go in and sit for a minute, leave a thumbie, and, um, because I know they appreciate it, and I know I do it when I see it happening here on mine. Yes, yes, exactly. See, the crochet fiber community on YouTube is like the sweetest community of all. Like, I have not seen any toxic sort of stuff going on, because everybody in this community is exactly like, you know, is exactly like me. We're doing this to combat the stress of everyday life. And good morning. How are you? Okay, sifting some soil. Come on, I can't remember. I should know everybody's names right now. Remind me, please. Um Oh no, I'm sorry about that. Yes, exactly. I just That's why I started, not because I'm hoping to be rich and famous. I really don't know that I have the energy um to do a full-on YouTube channel, because that is hard work to get monetized, and kudos to everybody who's working on it. But that's why I'm doing these videos. I'm trying to help everybody else to reach their goals and to meet cool people and to hang out. Oh my goodness. That is just terrible. I'm sorry. I know YouTube has had its issues with its small content creators unsubscribing people. Every time I go into a live, I always check to see whenever anybody drops a link, I'll click on it and double check, because I've found sometimes, well, yes, but, like the actual fiber arts people, I have not seen any trolls. Mostly, I think the most troll-ish behavior I saw was somebody who was hanging out at Russ's live once, and that was kind of rude, but like, they didn't need to be there anyway. They didn't seem like they were fiber arts people. They're probably just hanging out, seeing if they could get a free giveaway or something. I don't know. But that's why I do the lives faced around like this with, showing the work. Because the one time I did a live on vertical, I got so many trolls in the first like 3 seconds. Oh, nice. Yay. Glad to see you, Miguel. I'm very glad you're back. You got all the chickens. Did you get some eggs? Yeah. I have found, well, being a very small content creator helps with the trolls because they don't know you're here. But also doing it like this, I quite enjoy because, the only people that are going to watch this are people who are weird like me, who like to watch people crochet and about crochet things. And, the trolls don't have anything to say about this because, they just don't even know what they're looking at. So, yeah, the community here, I mean, let me see. Who wants to be a moderator so you can drop links? Lulu, add as moderator. And add as moderator. Okay, got a couple y'all moderating. So please drop links and things. Because you never know. Aw. Well, I didn't know. You were very polite when you came in. Like, you can smell a troll a mile off as soon as because they're like, well, they're usually very rude and insulting and, are asking for, but I have seen your name on the chats and live streams. I know I have. Because I go on Mama's channel. Yes, I know. It just drives me crazy. So I always check. I always drop links and I always check everybody's links because, yeah, I will just be missing a bunch of notifications, like lives and stuff. And I'll find out, well, I guess I was subscribed from them. And then it's really annoying because a lot of times they have limits to, when you can chat on the lives, like you have to be subscribed for a day or 2 weeks or an hour or whatever, minutes, and then you can chat. And, so then I'm sitting there and I can't interact even though I had subscribed to them weeks ago, but had been unsubscribed. And so now I'm back in timeout. Very frustrating. And, I'm gonna write a strongly worded letter. Yeah, and I don't see why that even is beneficial to YouTube to do that. Like, seriously, like, what is that gonna hurt? Yes, exactly. I will probably have to add that to, like, especially if I do a scheduled live, so that people, it'll be advertised and hopefully there'll be more people coming in. Yeah, exactly. I don't see how it benefits YouTube to unsubscribe people because, like, literally the only people that care about losing a few subs here and there are the smaller channels that are not even, making any money. It's literally not helping anybody. Because the big channels, they're, if they lose 30 subscribers, they're not going to bat an eye. They already have hundreds of thousands or millions. For people like us who are trying to get to a certain milestone, like 100 for monetization or, 1,000 or, whatever, like it's just every subscriber counts and every view counts. And you miss a couple of those views, you're going to be, it's just it's relentless, is what I've heard from people who have made it work on the YouTube, that it is every day, you know, 8 to 8, every day, working, working, working. Yeah, exactly. But I just hide them. I put them in timeout for a day. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Miguel, I'm not stressing about it, which is why because if I stress about it and obsess about it, then this is not going to be fun and relaxing for me anymore. So like I keep saying, I'm not focusing on monetization. My focus is going to be on helping my friends and engaging in the community and hanging out with people who are like me, because I live in a small, there's not a whole lot of people out here who are, as, devoted to the fiber arts. And it's just, I can't travel very much. So YouTube has been great for connecting all of us together with similar interests, and even finding people who are kind of sort of in your area, or nearby, and it's great. Um, you know, yep, exactly, exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing, Kim. And so have I. Miguel, I met you and all of the other people here, and I've made some very good friends. Um, it's been so great. I love it. And that's why I popped, because there was nobody live and there was nobody to talk to. And I needed to work on my whip and not focus on the negative things. And I'm already feeling much better. This is a great addition to all the other things I do for my mental health. I stay on a good sleep schedule. I eat healthy, avoid, all that stuff. I take medicine. Yes. Oh, exactly. If you are a mom and a schooler and a caregiver to a family member, so you're a mom to your family members, you're the teacher to your family members, you are a caregiver for your family members. That is all of the very complicated stressors combined. And I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I'm the second oldest of 11. I have done full-time caregiving for several of my grandparents. And yeah, having stuff like this is vital to staying sane and not getting down with all the little stuff. My therapist says it is called a cognitive refocusing tool. And there are many tools you can use to refocus your brain so that you're not like constantly cycling in like stress mode. Deep breathing, take a walk, nice hot shower, do some yoga, but also crochet. And I think that falls under the art category, because anytime you're doing anything with art, it is works the right and left sides of your brain at the same time. It engages all of the senses, sight. I mean, sometimes even definitely feel. It's a sensory thing. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yep. I have one boy, because I'm tired. I was full-time caregiver for most of my siblings growing up, so like I've done my time. Like I already had a decade or two of childcare, and I'm sorry to hear that, Miguel, but yes, this is definitely helping to keep your brain active. I know several people on here that have had various brain injuries or illnesses, and this has been a huge help to maintaining their mental health. Yeah, it is a huge, huge help. But yeah, I did my time caregiving, and my siblings are like my kid, so when I finally met my husband, got married, I was almost 30. I was already dealing with various health issues. I figured, I knew I was probably only going to be able to handle just the one kid with my issues, and be able to and it I don't have access to a lot of family members around me who can help with free childcare, so it's literally just me and my husband. And if anybody who has parents, grandparents helping out and able to help out with the kids is a huge blessing. And like I said, kudos to you, Kim, for doing such a great job balancing all of that. Oh man, that is just awful. I'm sorry to hear that. Texas. That's well, depending on Texas, that could be sort of far or really far. I am in Arkansas, and but I grew up in Southern California, and I live in sort of a little south of Chicago in Illinois for a few years. Alabama! It's my neighbor. That's awesome. And I know Mama Wench lives in Mississippi, so that's right there. Heidi lives in Wisconsin. She's like 30 minutes from where my brother and his family live, so like something's gonna have to happen there. Texas! Ooh, Massachusetts. My grandparents grew up in Massachusetts. I can't remember where, but like there's an old family house out there that I went to visit the great grandma when she was still around, and we did the some of the historical stuff out there. It was really cool. Love, love, love me some some food back east. They got some good stuff out there. But yeah, I am primarily California girl. Moved to California when I was 18. Then I lived in Illinois until I was 23, and then I moved here to Arkansas as a caregiver, waiver services caregiver for my for a family member, and that was the job that got me. Oh, nice! I stayed in Dallas for a couple of months. There was an old historic hotel that burnt down a couple years called the Ambassador in like right in downtown Dallas, and I lived there for a couple of months. It was owned by the homeschool cult that I was a part of, and I was literally there volunteering, working for free, but had to pay for my room and the flight to get there. So it was free for them and not for me. So yeah, I haven't been back to California in a long time. I want to, because I miss my Tito's tacos and the In-N-Out and just the abundance of fresh fruits and vegetables coming from look at that. Let me see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Woo, woo. We getting close. We getting close. All right, I'm going to go ahead and mark this on thingy. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Come on. Oh, of course you're not going to do that. I have to click on this. Okay, so it's this one. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15. Oh, come on. Seriously. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, yeah. I got it. Sorry, I have to. Yes. I love doing corner to corners this way. My works very well with these graphs, and my brain does not like written patterns. I will do a written pattern if I have to, but it hurts. You know, like how this looking at the graph will hurt the brain of certain people. Looking at written patterns hurts my brain. So, but like I'm also a cross stitcher, so you know I like the graphs. Come on, cat, I'm gonna eat my yarn. Don't do it. So yeah, and this was a graph I found on, you know, on the internet. Just a free pixel art picture, and yeah, I'm just working away at it. Because I got, yes, my chart people, my 3-dimensional. But because, see, I went to the local Big Lots and I scored on a bunch of yarn. I mean, just look at that beautiful dark pink. And then that beautiful turquoise and the bright, bright, vibrant yellow. Yes, exactly. See? Yes, graphs are the awesome. And I like working on the corners because it, you know, it's easier to run the colors and not have them show through. Like there's a way that I've discovered to, you know, run the colors along so you don't have to do so much cutting. And, you know, it works. What I want to try is the, yes, exactly. Well, and a picture is worth 1,000 words. And when your brain is trying to process all the things, you know, they say an ADHD brain is like a company without a CEO to manage the importance of things. And so you're getting all of the signals and all of the emergencies and all of the input from every single department at once. Everything from like the big alarms, like, you know, hey, you're hungry, you're lightheaded, to, you know, little things like, you know, this shirt is kind of itchy or whatever. It's all just coming at you at once, and there is no filtering by importance at all, you know. And that is, and it is helpful if you only have a few things going on, like if you can focus on a few things, because then you can multitask, like, because you can focus on several things at once. Yes, there is a you can make graph patterns on. It's called Stitch Fiddle, but this one I found by Google searching pixel art graph, and I will show you that real quick. As Heidi was asking the same thing earlier, so I guess I need to make a video, huh? Because I just searched, let me move this back a little bit so you can actually see what's going on, sort of. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Pixel art graph, and then because of Heidi, I searched flower, because who doesn't want a beautiful sunflower pattern? And these things that popped up. This is just from searching pixel art graph, because you want to select graph because you want to make sure that you have the black lines in between each one, and not like this one where you don't have anything differentiating the lines, and so it'd be hard to follow it row by row. So that has your grid, something that doesn't have too many colors. Yes, Stitch Fiddle is the awesome. And let me see if I can find a cool picture, because like I've been wanting to do a like a blanket or a cross stitch with you know, Disney's Robin Hood, because they do not, you know, just for me personally, not you know, not or anything. It's just I am obsessed. And look at those cute. I'll bet that would make a cute graph gan. So I'm gonna just sort of, and that's for sale, man. Gorgeous. Look at that. I'm not gonna save that. That's somebody's Etsy thing. But like the stills from, oh, I guess I need to search images. Hey, go get that done. You rock, Kim. Yeah, I need to do laundry. I'm procrastinating on that because I want to do yarns. Oh, I love that. Look at that with on the swing. Ooh, okay, that's kind of cute. No, but like you can pick, yeah, this one. This was the picture I was looking for. And trying to I don't know how to do a screen cap on this thing, but anyway, yeah, you can upload a picture onto Stitch Fiddle, and yeah, it's the awesome. Well, I am probably going to get going now as well. I've had a great time talking to you all. I have got to eat something because my tummy is screaming at me, and my sore from talking to y'all. It's been like 107 minutes. Thank you all for being here. I will work on some videos. I want to do, yeah, a lot of stuff. Like, subscribe, comment below what you want to see. Yeah, all the good stuff. Thank you. Bye, y'all.